Welcome back to New Day. In less than 3 hours, jurors return for a third day of deliberations in the so-called loud music murder trial. Now, the jury is grappling with the question of whether the defendant, Michael Dunn, is guilty of first-degree murder for killing 17-year-old Jordan Davis, or if the shooting that followed an argument over this loud music coming from the car was self-defense. CNN's Alina Machado is in Jacksonville for us. Alina?
Well, Chris, this is the hardest part usually of a trial, waiting for a verdict. And that's what both sides are doing right now as they wait for this jury of 5 men and 7 women to reach a unanimous decision.
The first full day of deliberations in the so-called loud music murder trial ended without a verdict, and it started with this. The surveillance video capturing the sound of gunfire the night 47-year-old Michael Dunn shot and killed Jordan Davis at this Jacksonville gas station. It was the first of several requests made by the jury. They watched 20 minutes of footage of the incident from all angles.
They're definitely being methodical. So the fact that they're even asking to see things usually to me means they're working through every piece of evidence.
Can you get that dummy with the sticks?
That was the jury's next request, referring to this mannequin used by both the defense and the prosecution to show the path of the bullets through Davis's body. That request was denied.
We cannot send that back to you as it was a demonstrative exhibit. It was not offered into evidence, therefore it cannot be sent back.
That was a big point on both sides, and I thought Corey Strolla really sort of brought some questions to bear on that science. And he said, look, that's junk science, junk in, junk out. They might want to test that back in the jury room, but they're not going to be able to do that.
This is what an actual jury room looks like inside the courthouse. There's not much in it. There's a table, there's some chairs, there's even a bathroom. And then when the jury has a request or a question, they'll write it out on a piece of paper, walk over here, push this button, and then hand that request or question to the bailiff. The jury also had a question about details of a letter Dunn wrote to family and friends sharing his version of events surrounding the shooting. And they asked for an easel.
Either they're going to be reenacting what they think is the science, because they asked for that right after the dummy, or maybe they're listing the pros and cons. The fact that there's still a jury and the jury's out, as we like to say, means that this is an arguable case.
This jury has now been deliberating for about 12 hours. They're scheduled to go back at it today at 9 o'clock Eastern. Chris?
All right, Alina, thank you. You know, most often you can't tell what it means as deliberations extend, although more often than not, it means that you wind up having a divided jury, you're different groups. So what we're going to do is we'll bring in experts to discuss it, but more importantly, we're going to bring in Michael Dunn's attorney. He is going to make the case for why the right decision here is an acquittal, a not guilty verdict. We'll test it. You can be the judge.